What if learning wasn't about talent, but technique? What if you could train your brain to focus deeper, learn faster, and never forget? This isn't motivation, it's neuroscience. It's strategy. It's how to become an unstoppable learner. Let me explain. We love the idea of natural talent. It's comforting. It explains why someone else can do something we can't. But what if I told you that the world's best learners aren't born different? They just learn differently. You hear it all the time. She's just naturally good at math. He has a gift for languages. But here's the truth. No one comes out of the womb speaking 5 languages or solving calculus problems. Most of the time, what looks like talent is just learning that started earlier, went deeper, and never stopped. When we say someone is naturally smart, we usually just don't see the years of invisible work they put in, especially when they were failing, struggling, or learning in silence. Cognitive science has proven again and again, skills aren't innate, they're built. You learn to be good at chess, you learn to write clearly, you learn to think logically, you learn to focus. In fact, every ability that looks like talent is the result of learning principles done well, over time. This means that becoming a great learner, an unstoppable learner, is not about what you're born with. It's about how you train your brain. Great learners don't memorize more, they retain better, they don't just practice more, they practice what matters, deliberately, strategically, and consistently. They understand something most people don't, that your brain is like a muscle. You can grow it, but only if you give it the right kind of workout. Here's the dangerous part of the natural talent myth. It gives you an excuse not to try. If you believe some people are just wired for learning and others aren't, then why bother pushing through confusion? Why bother sitting with hard ideas until they click? But once you realize that no one is born knowing and that everyone struggles at first, the door opens. Because if learning is a skill, then you can master it. And once you master learning, you can learn anything. The most successful people in the world aren't the smartest. They're just the most relentless learners. They're the ones who say, I don't get this yet. We live in the most distracted era in human history. Our attention is pulled in 1,000 directions. Notifications, noise, endless scrolling. But here's the truth no one tells you. Focus isn't just a habit, it's biology. And once you understand how your brain handles focus, you can take control of it and become an unstoppable learner. Let's break it down. Focus isn't just willpower. It's neurochemistry. When you concentrate, your brain releases key chemicals like dopamine, norepinephrine, and acetylcholine. These act like highlighters telling your brain, this is important, pay attention, store this. Think of dopamine as your brain's focus fuel. It drives motivation. Acetylcholine, it sharpens your ability to tune out distractions and lock in. This cocktail of chemicals creates what scientists call task-related focus, the mental zone where deep learning happens. Here's the bad news. Your brain can't multitask. Every time you switch from studying to checking your phone to reading a text, you're not just losing time, you're draining your brain's energy. This is called attention residue, a concept from cognitive science. Even after you stop checking Instagram, part of your brain stays stuck there. So when we try to learn while distracted, we're running a race with a backpack full of bricks. The good news? Focus isn't fixed. It's not a talent. It's a trainable skill. Just like learning. When you deliberately train your brain to sustain attention, you strengthen the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for focus, planning, and self-control. The more you practice focus, the easier it gets, literally. Your brain rewires itself through a process called neuroplasticity. Most people don't have a learning problem. They have a focus problem. Because when you understand how the brain actually focuses and how to train it, everything changes. Learning isn't a gift, it's a system. Master focus, train deliberately, and you don't just learn more, you become unstoppable. Every skill is learnable. Every expert was once clueless. Every master of focus started with a distracted mind and trained it. Now it's your turn.